Maraming gustong kumita ng passive income. However, most people unconsciously, they're actually earning passive income in reverse, meaning utang. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you 3 key lessons I learned about utang. So if ikaw meron kang utang or you're planning to go into like gusto mo mag-loan or go into debt, then make sure you check this video out. Hi guys, Yupilo here. Now before tayo mag-start, I wanna give a quick shout out sa ating new channel members. So first one is si Kenneth and the next one is Alfredo. Tapos I would also acknowledge yung mga 1 month channel member na in our community is si Ethan and Roderick. So yeah, I really appreciate your support, guys. And if you want to support yung channel ko, you can check out the link down in the description on how you can become a channel member. So ngayon, without further ado, let me share with you yung 3 key lessons na natutunan ko when it comes to borrowing money or utang. First, pag-usapan muna natin yung truth about debts or yung utang. Ganito, most people gusto nila ng passive income. Yung tipong wala kang gagawin pero kikita ka ng income, di ba? However, that is also how utang works. Pero in reverse. Kaya siya tinatawag na reverse passive income. Kasi it is actually passive expense. Just imagine this, di ba? Like, nangutang ka, you borrowed money, tapos depending on the number of months na yung babayaran mo, di ba? So like, you borrowed money, and then every single month, meron kang due every month. Meaning, wala kang ginawa, pero may bills ka every single month. So that's passive expense. So, when I learn about this one, like, if gusto natin ng passive income, then it must mean that we should avoid, as much as possible, passive expense. Kaya ito yung 3 things that I've really learned about utang. So the first thing na natutunan ko when it comes to debt is ganito. You cannot solve a problem with another problem. And this is very applicable, especially when it comes to emergencies. Kasi, again, most people, when it comes to emergency, yung number 1 solution nila is mangutang kapag may emergency. In fact, a lot of people also think na gusto ko magkaroon ng credit card kasi in case may emergency, meron akong pwedeng ma-swipe, diba? So, however, again, you cannot solve a problem with another problem. And that is exactly what is happening. Yung utang kasi, that is temporary solution and it will help you solve yung problem mo ngayon. However, if wala kang capacity to pay for your debt, then it becomes another problem. And here's my personal experience with that one. You see, when I was still getting started, especially in terms of my career, dati kasi nagbebenta ako ng mga courses din. So, I've been selling courses about online marketing, ganon. So, yeah, I was like earning by selling yung mga courses ko, by teaching people about online marketing. And yung ginagawa ko is that I ran ads. So, nagra-run ako ng Facebook ads para people would buy yung mga courses ko. And in fact, yeah, kumikita naman. But again, just like in business, may months na go up, my months na go down. In fact, I was even able to sell like 7 figures worth of my own digital courses and products. However, ito yung problem. Kasi while I was earning, okay, I've been running ads. So, I'm using my credit card to run ads. So, parang utang siya. Tapos, every time I earn from my courses, binabayaran ko yung utang ko from ads from my credit card. However, here's the problem. On the side kasi, meron kaming mortgage. So again, we were still starting out. We have this mortgage sa bahay namin. And yung nangyayari, yung income ko from my courses, I used to pay for my mortgage. And here's the problem. Again, may months na mahina yung benta, may months na malaki yung benta. But every time mahina yung benta, okay, we borrow more money from our credit card to pay for our mortgage. And doon na nagkaka-problema. Because like, our debt became really big and we really have to ask help for us to solve yung problem na yun. And good thing naman, there are people who were willing to help and I was able to solve that. And also at the same time, instead of just selling yung courses, kasi again, it's a business, may times talaga na malakas or maliit lang yung kita. But what I also did is that I made sure to also find a source of income na a little bit or more stable. That's why I started, kasi again, instead of selling my own courses, people are also asking me for my service. So, kaya yung ginawa ko is, I package yung service ko as a retainer. So like, I have this monthly retainer, at the same time, commission-based. So yung nangyari is that since naging predictable yung income ko, kasi again, retainer style siya, so mas naging predictable din yung paying yung mortgage namin. So with that, doon ko na-realize na only go into debt if you are confident na you have the capacity to really pay it off. And again, ito din yung isa sa problem nangyari din eh. Like, since mahilig ako into investing, most of my money is naka-invest. Yung nangyari is that since it's an emergency, so some of my investments na benta ko just to pay off yung utang namin. So, yung solution nito is that dapat meron ka talagang emergency funds. You put it in a bank talaga. So, don't put everything in investments. Put it in the bank, emergency funds. At the same time, again, you go into debt if you are confident na you have capacity to really pay off yung utang mo. So, does that mean ba na never or you should never ever go into debt? Kasi, again, most people also hear from financial advisors, from mga influencers na all debt is bad debt, okay? And that's why you should never ever go into debt. Like, if meron kang credit card, ikakat mo yung credit card mo, and yun nga, you should never ever go into debt. Well, the older me would say I'd agree with that. Kasi like, also for the longest time, ayaw ko yung utang. And then, I found out na having debt actually is an indicator on how well you manage your money. So, let me repeat that. Ito yung second lesson na natutunan ko. Having debt is an indicator on how well you manage your money. So, this is especially true when it comes to credit cards. Kasi, when it comes to credit cards, meron kasi tinatawag na credit score. And dito malalaman ng mga banks, mga financial institutions, how well you handle money. Kasi again, everything is documented eh. By swiping your card, alam nila if nagbabayad ka ba ng utang or what not. And ito yung natutunan ko, like, people with like credit cards, tapos they manage their money well or they pay yung mga due nila well, actually, they get rewarded more. So, mas magkakaroon sila ng mga benefits and more rewards. So, example, in credit cards, like, you can get points, you can get travel incentives, pwede kang makapunta sa lounge, may access ka doon, and mas lalaki pa yung credit limit mo. So, meaning, the more responsible you are paying your credit card or yung mga debts mo, mas i-reward ka. So, basically, when it comes to credit card or like yung utang, yung debts mo actually tells you how good you are in managing your money. So if you're using your credit card for emergency purposes, for solving problems na financial problems, then most likely mas ipapunish ka, mas malaking interest yung babayaran mo, hindi nag-i-increase yung credit limit mo. However, if you're good in handling money, mas magkakaroon ka ng benefits. So when you ask me, is it a good idea ba to like have a credit card? It's only a good idea if you know how to manage your money well. And lastly, here's the truth. The third lesson na natutunan ko when it comes to utang is this. Paying off your debt is actually earned income. So let me repeat that. Paying off your debt, okay? Let's say for example, may monthly ka na utang. Paying that off is actually earned income. So what do I mean by that? Ganito. For the longest time, isa sa mga frustration ko was really going into mortgage, going into debt sa bahay namin. So yeah, I know, it sounds so crazy because yung ideal setup ko talaga is that I wanna buy a house, pay on cash. So again, ako personally, ayaw ko talaga yung utang. However, since hindi practical na like, kailangan mo ng malaking capital para mag-all-in ka, bili ng bahay. And of course, yung partner ko rin, yung missus ko is that she also wants to have a house na talaga and we have to meet in between. So kaya, I was kind of forced to take a bank loan. And isa talaga sa mga I'm really like disappointed or frustrated is that when I first saw yung computation, nakikita mo, ito example lang ito ha. So, like, yung babayaran mo in terms of interest, sobrang laki. Like, say for example, yung mortgage, ito example lang to, in mortgage mo in 1 year is like 100,000. Like, 1/3 of that, yan lang yung mabayaran for the principal. And like 2/3 is like the interest. So just imagine that one, like you're paying monthly mortgage, tapos yung 1/3 example, that's 30,000 lang yung madidak sa principal. While yung 60,000, that's interest. Pera yan, income yan, papunta sa bank. And it's really so frustrating para sa akin na, ang laki ng interest na kailangan kong bayaran. And until such time na, ayun nga, nakaluwag-luhag and we're earning good income now. And we decided na on top of our monthly mortgage, we're gonna pay directly sa principal namin. And crazily, pwede pala yun. We ask the bank, hey, can we pay directly sa principal? Meron kami extra money, we wanna pay directly sa principal. And yun nga, nag-reply naman sila na pwede. So what I did is that, okay, we paid more than our monthly mortgage. And it's so crazy because by doing that, sobrang laking interest yung na-save namin. Like, we were able to pay like 5 months worth of interest. And we're planning on next month na mas mabubulk pay pa kami para mas maging maliit yung monthly mortgage namin. Kasi again, ganito, ito example lang din for calculation purposes. So example, yung monthly mortgage namin is 15,000 because nag-pay kami directly on the principal. So yung ni-recompute nila, so instead of paying 15,000, naging 10,000 na lang. So again, ito example lang ito. So this is not the actual numbers. So it's higher. Spoiler alert. It's higher actually. So example, 15,000 yung monthly mortgage, but because we paid more, so naging 10,000 na lang siya. So meaning, yung extra na 5,000, that's actually earned income. So yung 5,000 na yun, pwede na yung panggastos, pwede na yung pang travel, or pwede na yung you save it so that you can bulk pay again on the next month. So again, paying off your debt, especially paying more than the minimum required on a monthly basis, is actually earned income. So yeah, to summarize, again, debt is passive expense. Like, wala kang gagawin, meron kang bill on a monthly basis. So yeah, you cannot solve a problem with another problem. So if merong emergency and mangungutang ka to pay for that emergency, then that is just a temporary solution. Kung yung solution talaga is dapat meron ka talagang emergency funds, or be sure na you have the capacity to really pay off yung utang na yun. And not all debts are bad debts. In fact, having debt shows how responsible you are financially. So if meron kang credit card, for example, dito makikita na the more you pay your credit card, that you pay early, you don't get interest, and meron ka pang mga benefits and even travel incentives. And lastly, paying your debt is actually earned income. So in fact, if meron kang monthly na due, like 10,000 per month, pero you started paying off your debt, and yung 10,000 per month, naging 5,000 per month na lang in utang. So yung difference na 5,000, that's actually earned income na you can spend, you can enjoy, or you can even use to save more money. So yeah, I hope marami ka natutunan sa video na to. So I'm curious din, like, ano yung thoughts mo when it comes to utang, when it comes to debt? Let me know in the comment section down below, because I also want to learn from you. So go ahead, comment down below and let me know your thoughts when it comes to utang.